Lily, a young woman of boundless curiosity and a thirst for adventure, had long been captivated by the rumors that swirled around an obscure antique shop nestled in the heart of Eldenwood. The shop, known as Silver Echoes, was notorious for its collection of mystic mirrors, each said to house a world of eerie secrets. Yet it was the mirror known as the Mirror of Malevolence that tugged at Lily's curiosity the most. On a somber and overcast afternoon, she couldn't resist the beckoning of Silver Echoes any longer. The shop's windows, aged and mysterious, seemed to whisper secrets to her, and with a hesitant yet determined step, Lily crossed the threshold. Inside, the air bore the heavy scent of aged books, and the soft ticking of an ancient grandfather clock served as a haunting metronome. Agnes, the elderly shopkeeper with eyes that held a disconcerting knowing, greeted Lily warmly. She gestured toward the array of mirrors, among them the infamous Mirror of Malevolence, with its ancient blackened wood frame adorned with cryptic symbols. Agnes, in a voice that sent shivers down Lily's spine, warned her of the mirror's dreaded reputation. It was whispered to be a portal to one's darkest fears, a mirror that reflected not just one's image, but the deepest anxieties of the soul. Compelled by equal parts fascination and trepidation, Lily drew nearer to the sinister-looking glass. As her reflection met her gaze, the room around her disintegrated, and she found herself thrust into a nightmarish dimension. The mirror had become a sinister portal, revealing her innermost fears in tangible forms. Terrifying specters materialized all around Lily, each one embodying her deepest anxieties and nightmares. They hissed tales of forgotten regrets and whispered secrets she had buried in her own mind. The world twisted into grotesque shapes as her surroundings became a sinister canvas for her fears to unfurl. Panic threatened to overwhelm Lily as she realized that the mirror had exposed the darkest corners of her psyche, projecting her own fears back at her. She attempted to escape, but the malevolent entity lurking within the mirror was determined to ensnare her in its clutches. It took on a towering, monstrous form, its hollow eyes locking onto hers. The mirror appeared to feed on her terror, growing stronger with each passing moment. Summoning every ounce of inner strength, Lily confronted the malevolent entity, turning her own fears against it. In a harrowing battle of willpower, she mustered the courage to shatter the mirror into 1,000 splintered fragments, releasing the tortured spirits and casting the malevolent entity back into the abyss from whence it had come. As Lily gasped for breath on the cold, hard floor of Silver Echoes, Agnes appeared beside her, her eyes reflecting both relief and concern. The Mirror of Malevolence lay in shards, its sinister influence vanquished. As she left the shop, Lily couldn't shake the eerie sensation that the mirror's curse was not entirely vanquished. It was as though it lingered, waiting to ensnare others who dared to peer into the darkest corners of their own souls. The legend of the Mirror of Malevolence endured, a haunting reminder that some reflections should never be unveiled. The echoes of her own fears would continue to haunt her long after she had left Eldenwood, a chilling testament to the power of the malevolent mirror. In the heart of a forgotten forest, where the trees stood like ancient sentinels, their gnarled branches reaching toward the moon's eerie glow, there lay a cabin cloaked in tales of the macabre. The path to this desolate place, obscured by overgrown vines and twisted roots, was not marked on any map. It was as though nature itself sought to conceal the cabin, a place where time had ceased to tread. As Sarah, a lone wanderer lost in the wilderness, stumbled upon this enigmatic abode, the tempest raged outside, unleashing torrents of rain and thunderous fury. The cabin, a relic of the past, stood in stark contrast to the howling chaos of the storm. Its walls, adorned with peeling, faded wallpaper that had once been vibrant and cheerful, told stories of another time, a happier time, now buried beneath layers of dust and decay. A solitary candle, its feeble flame dancing like a lost soul fought to illuminate the room. The flickering light cast long, sinister shadows across the cracked wooden floor, creating an unsettling juxtaposition of warmth and foreboding. Intriguingly, the room held an aura of the uncanny. The floorboards beneath Sarah's feet creaked in harmony with the mournful wind outside, echoing like distant whispers, as though the very cabin itself held secrets buried deep within its time-worn bones. The flickering candle's glow seemed to tremble in response, casting wavering specters upon the walls. And then, from the shadowy corner of the room, a faint spectral giggle, ethereal and chilling, pierced the silence. The sound crept into Sarah's ears and settled like an icy hand around her heart. She knew with certainty that she was alone in this cabin, but the laughter continued, growing louder and more disconcerting, like a ghostly chorus. Sarah's fear, once dormant, now unfurled within her like a coiled serpent. Her mind whispered that she was not alone. Every instinct screamed at her to leave, to flee this unholy place, but she was held captive by the invisible chains of curiosity and dread. A sudden chill swept through the room, the temperature plummeting to an unnatural low. Sarah's breath materialized in the frigid air, forming ghostly clouds of vapor with each quivering exhale. Out of the surrounding darkness, a shadowy figure began to materialize, moving silently, deliberately closer to her. Fear, an unrelenting grip upon her, now tightened its hold. The figure's face remained hidden, shrouded by inky blackness, like an obsidian mask concealing a secret not meant for mortal eyes. In a voice that sent tremors down her spine, the figure whispered her name. "Why did you come here, Sarah?" Her heart raced, its thunderous beat filling her ears. The voice, now undeniably familiar, was the voice of her long-lost twin sister, Rebecca. Rebecca, who had vanished without a trace into the heart of this very forest years ago, leaving Sarah to grapple with the torment of uncertainty and loss. As the figure solidified before her, revealing itself to be a ghostly apparition, it became painfully clear that her sister's presence was no mere hallucination or trick of the mind. Her eyes, those very eyes Sarah had known so well, were now as black as the photograph on the wall, devoid of life, their depths concealing an unfathomable sorrow. "I've been waiting for you," Rebecca whispered, her voice a mournful wail, as though she carried with her the weight of all the lost years. The cabin itself, it seemed, had become a vessel that bridged the realms of the living and the dead, intertwining the two in a haunting dance of past and present. Sarah, an unwitting participant in this spectral waltz, found herself drawn into a realm where family secrets she had longed to forget would be unearthed. This would be the beginning of a revelation so spine-chilling, so heart-wrenching, that it would forever alter the course of her life and plunge her into a maelstrom of darkness and despair that she could not have fathomed. But the tale is not yet complete, for as the night deepened and the storm outside continued its relentless assault, the wind howled like a vengeful spirit, carrying with it the anguished cries of souls long lost in the shadows. The darkest secrets of the cabin, entangled with the very essence of the forest, began to unfurl like a tattered tapestry of horror, unraveling the mysteries that had festered for far too long.